Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Big Tent Universidad de Chile, where we will be talking about circular economy in relation to the building and construction sector. This is why we call this tent the circular habitat. Stay tuned to find out more about how the circular economy will change the built environment worldwide and the different tools available for companies in the construction sector. This presentation is brought to you by DAPCO, the first environmental product declaration program for construction products under ISO 14025 in Latin America. This program is administered by EDM, the Center for Building Research and Innovation in the School of Engineering, Universidad de Chile, and CDT from the Chilean Construction Chamber. We would also like to thank the different companies that support our program, including DAPCO Platinum members 2014, CAP and CANAU, active leaders CAP, Hirdau, Sodimac, Transex, and ACMA, and the different founding members that help support our program. So in order to get started, we live in a time of change. The global context to which companies must respond is characterized by the dynamic natural environment, of course, very much related to climate change, globalization that helps to transfer solutions very quickly from one country to another, advancement of information technology, improvement of environmental regulations. In our country in particular, we face the official incorporation of Chile to the OECD, which leads to specific government actions and changes in the economy towards sustainable growth, changes in consumption patterns, such as sustainable procurement programs, changes in environmental regulations, and also the fact that we are the first Latin American country to tax for carbon emissions. There's also strong proliferation of national programs. So in this context, the role of businesses is changing worldwide, and the proven concept of circular business models opens a whole new perspective to drive value creation in different economic sectors. And this, of course, includes the construction industry, where companies are already trying to focus on business models that includes in a much better way a life cycle perspective in relation to their products. And the role of businesses is changing, and the focus from measuring the impact of their operations is continually changing to measuring the life cycle, the impact across the life cycle of their products. And Ramon Arratia, Sustainability Director of Interface, explains this in a much better way in his latest book titled Full Product Transparency, where, for example, in the case of Apple, only 2% of the company's total carbon footprint comes from its facility, and 98% represents the impacts outside its operations. This really gets us thinking about the importance of really looking at the life cycle of products. So, in this context, what happens to buildings from the point of view of their life cycle? Buildings are mass consumption products with significantly longer design life compared to typical products. Building production involves a wide depletion of resources and waste throughout its entire life cycle. According to 15804, these are the four stages of the different life cycle. And as you can see, they're very extensive. And well, it has been estimated that most of the energy consumption is related to the operation stage. However, most of these comparative studies have not really measured the embedded carbon in the complex supply chain of products and the construction of buildings outside of the use stage. So, unfortunately, with this focus on the operation stage, most of the sustainable building policies that we see today worldwide are focused solely on operation building impacts. In fact, while the need to reduce energy from building during operation has become increasingly recognized around the world, efforts related to the resource use in other stages are less advanced. So this is the reason why we need to begin looking at the building supply chain. In a general perspective, this is composed of different levels. The first one is the level of building materials and systems. Then the second level is the level of buildings, linked to production, construction, use stage, and end of life. And in a third level, the level of cities, we see the complete building life cycle from product to end of life, where different supply chains are forming giant urban supply chain fabrics of different companies. So the importance of this is that we can turn supply chains to become value chains. And under this model, we can really start looking at the circular building supply chain from a circular economy perspective. But the question is, how do companies gain value under such a model? We believe that the first step is to enhance environmental product declarations. Each time a company analyzes its supply chain, looking at the different stakeholders and communicating their impacts to other audiences, there's opportunities for synergies with other companies in that supply chain, and of course to elaborate future models for enhancing their products. So, under such a model, the first step would be to make the building supply chain visible to everyone. A second step would be to have everyone declare their environmental impact. And finally, the eventual result would be to contribute to new business models for companies to engage in circular economy. So, I guess if you have any questions, please refer to our big tent. Thank you very much for your attention, and we'll see you soon in the next session. Goodbye.